Hey there guys, T-shirt booth here, and this is video number 9 for So You Want to Make a Boggle game. So in the last video we made it so we can accept a word. It's not completely done because we still want to check to see if it's a real word and all that stuff. But one thing we're going to correct right now, I'm going to hit preview, and you're going to notice I'm going to shuffle the card or the letters here, and say I select these. And then I go back to erase it. They all disappear. But there's a little issue that if I select and I go back and I hold down here, it automatically selects it again. And then also it does the same thing for the other way around. So I'll accept the word and it again does that. So we're going to fix that right now. We're going to go into our display actor just so you can watch what's happening, and we're going to change it and tell it to display OK to select. Now we're going to go into our letter attributes, and we're going to shrink everything down so you can see where we are. Okay, so we have our 3 rules here: if pressed and used, if pressed and used in one, and check to accept rule. In each of these, we're going to add, hit the plus sign, we're going to add if attribute game OK to select is true. I'll shrink that one, open this one, the plus sign, attribute game OK to select is true. Go to this one, add attribute game OK to select is true. Now in the middle one, the if pressed and used and is 1, open that one up, and inside is it this one here? Yeah, we're going to add a change attribute. We'll put it somewhere in here, and we'll say change attribute game OK to select to false. So we're going to stop it from allowing selections. And then in this timer here, we're going to create a rule. And we're going to say when touch is released, then we're going to change it back to true. So I'm going to select this, Alt Option, drag it in here, and then change it to true. Make sure that you didn't drag this one, make sure you copied it so you still have both there. So that's false, that's true. So now that we have that done, I'm going to shrink that here and shrink that one. And then we're going to go into our top rule here. That's that big long one that says if accept word is true. We're going to go in here, and in the timer, we're going to take that accept word to false. Not accept word, sorry. The OK to select is true. And we're just going to remove that for now. We're going to add that somewhere else after. I'm going to go ahead and press preview here. So now you'll see when I shuffle, I can select like normal, go back like normal. But when I say I go back to 1, I can hold down and it doesn't reselect. And when I let go, you'll see false will turn to true, which means I can start selecting again. When I accept a word, you can see that it's false still because we haven't reset that back yet. And actually it's doing it again when I reselect the letter that we had already touched before. So let's try this again and just see where that little bug is coming from. So I select these, I go back and select the one, then I got these. And because that's already selected from before, it's triggering the rule again. So I'm just going to go in back here and check that out. Okay, what we're going to do, I think, is go in here into our letter rule, and where we had that timer with the rule if touch is released, OK to select to true, we're actually going to delete that. So now I'll hit preview here, and we'll select, go and do our thing. If I take the word, it's false, I can't do anything anymore. I'll hit refresh, and then we'll do our word, and then we'll hit 1, and I can't select anymore. Okay, but the good part is that we can't hold it down and it reselects. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit back and we're going to go into our round rules. And this is where I kind of keep all the global rules. And we're going to create a rule. And we're going to say when mouse button is up, sorry, stupid trackpad. When mouse button is up and attribute game except word is false, we're going to change attribute game okay to select to true. And then so this should work for erasing our word. So let's try here. So I erased it, and now I can select again. I'll erase it, hold down, nothing happens. As soon as I let go, I'm now able to select again. So that works for that. So let's see here. Let's go back in, and I'm going to create a second rule. And I'm going to say if except word is true, I'm going to put a timer in here. And this is just basically for testing right now. I'm going to say after 1 second, turn it to true. Because when we're accepting a word, we're going to need a little bit of time to process the score, tell the user if it's a correct or wrong word, stuff like that. So let's give it a shot now. So I can select it's true, so I'm selecting, and I'm going to accept the word. It should go to false, and it instantly goes back to true. So that's not good. I think I know why. We're going to go into our letter rule. And in our very top rule here, with the accept word, all that stuff, it says here after 1 second, accept word, or 0.1 second, accept word to false. Let's remove that whole thing. And then we will drag it, we'll go back into our round rules, and we're going to actually put that in here. So we're going to change attribute, game, accept word to false. So we basically just moved what we had in that one rule into a global rule. I'm going to press preview. Okay, so I'll select my first word, go back to 1, back to true when I let go. Now we'll accept a word, and after a second, it's back to true, and I can go again. If I hold down on the J, nothing happens. As soon as I let go, after a second, back to true, and I can select again. So that's perfect, right where we want to be. I'm going to stop the video here. It's at 8 minutes. So in the next video, what we'll do is we'll cover one. We don't want. I think we don't want to accept 2-letter words. So I think we're going to make it 3 letters or more, and then we're going to somehow indicate to the user that the word they tried to accept was wrong or right. And then maybe if we have time in the same video, add a score. We'll see. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.